Good day to you, sir. I am Mr. Dwight Ken Sabrino C. I'm from DSMI Black Alpha, third year. Today, I am going to discuss all about the maintenance and cleaning of tube type and plate type heat exchanger. So first, I will discuss the tube type. So when talking about cleaning a tube type heat exchanger, it means by cleaning the tubes by scraping the tube sheets and removing accumulated crude out of the water boxes. So the cleaning methods depends on what is going through or going into the heat exchanger, and also it depends on what impurities are in the fluids. So there are many styles of cleaning the tubes in the heat exchange in a tube type heat exchanger. So when cleaning a heat exchanger, it is advisable that if you're cleaning or maintenance, you're maintaining a smaller unit, you should dismantle it before cleaning or doing maintenance work, so that you can do whatever you can do it to be ready, or you're ready to use. But if it is a large unit, you I there are many styles in cleaning the tube type heat exchanger. And one of the most common type when cleaning the tube of the tube type heat exchanger is that uh, when cleaning the tube from impurities on it, you sometimes, or really not sometimes, you will use an high pressure gun that uses water combined with air, so that you can push from the inlet of the tube to the outlet. You can push the impurities by spraying high pressure water inside it, so that all the slime and the other impurities could be washed away by the water. But sometimes there are big or large substances that is stuck inside the heat exchanger. Uh, it can be it it can be pushed by using the same air gun but another ammo, such as water plugs, wire brushes, and or metal scraper. After cleaning the tubes, you should remember to inspect if there are leakage on the tube, so that you can be able uh, to give solutions to that. So if you found out that there is a leak inside the tube, you should plug the tube, or you should do welding, or you could do both, so that the tube could be solution, or the leakage will be solution. So the next is the plate type heat exchanger. So in this plate type heat exchanger, you can clean this or check the maintenance of this by dismantling it, then arranging it. So first step is that you should check the sliding surface of the carrying bar, then apply grease. So that is the first step. And then if you want to remove the plates and remove the gasket, you should mark it, so that you can be able to, if you return it or if you dismantle it, then you can know where is the place that it is still the right place that when you dismantled it. uh, Brush the tightening bolts with the use of a steel wire brush, and then apply grease before loosening the bolts. So after that, loosen the bolts of the loosen first is to loosen the locking bolts of the heat exchanger, so that you can be able to know if it is in the right position. Next is that you should loosen up the tightening bolts before removing it, because sometimes the measurement of the plates can be destroyed if the tightening bolts is not easily, or is not properly handled. And then if you want to remove the plates and remove the gasket, you should mark it so that you can be able to, if you return it or if you dismantle it, then you can know where is the place that it is still the right place that when you dismantled it. So after removing the plates, you can now easily clean the plates. But you should be always carefully clean the plates because it is sharp. You should always use gloves. So then, after cleaning it, you should watch if there are damages. You should always apply grease on the tightening bolts and the locking bolts so that you can easily turn the locking bolts and the tightening bolts easily into their places. So before tightening the tightening bolts in their places, you should first check if the distance of the front plate and the main plate is exact by measuring it with a push-pull roll in their exact measurement. And also before returning or tightening bolts and the locking bolts, check if the gaskets are securely or surely fitted inside the grooves of the gasket. If any gaskets are protruding, push it back into the gasket's groove using a pointy but not blunt instrument. And also, be sure to check the gasket clips if they are positioned properly and securely in place. Because if that gaskets and gasket clips are not properly fitted into their grooves and their position, there are some problems that could occur in your heat exchanger. So after that, you can now tighten the bolts properly, the tightening bolts and the locking bolts. But you should always remember that you should not overly or not over tighten the tightening bolts and the locking bolts, because when it could be tightened so much, it can cause problem to your heat exchanger. So that is what I have learned in how to maintain or how to clean and do the maintenance of a tube type and plate type heat exchanger. That's all, sir, and thank you. God bless.